Thank you for participating in the Localizing Sea Level Rise study focusing in on Waikiki. My name is Dr. John Rennie. I am a professor of urban planning at Florida Atlantic University. Our team includes Professor and Director of the National Disaster Preparedness Training Center at the University of Hawaii, Dr. Carl Kim, and his Associate Director, Eric Yamashita. We are also working with Brian Wilshon, a professor of civil engineering and director of the Center for Evacuation and Transportation Resilience at LSU. And Serena Hoerman and my graduate student, Amir Kolini, have organized a presentation that you will see later on in this study. Our study focuses in on Waikiki and the impacts that sea level rise may have to the study area, and especially the response and opinions of the businesses and stakeholders in that area. This chart is from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. And on the left in black, it shows the annual mean sea levels since 1960. And on the right, it shows various different scenarios of sea level rise into the future, into the year 2100, from a low projection to a high and extremely high projection for Honolulu. The important thing that we are trying to get people to understand is that we are planners and engineers. We are not climate scientists. We're not modeling future sea level rise impacts. We are utilizing different models from the federal agency to help local communities understand how they can plan for the worst case scenarios that are part of these future projections. In this scenario, where there could be about 2.7 feet of sea level rise by the year 2100, we wanted to put this into perspective. If you were to buy a house today and get a 30-year mortgage, you may see a 3/4 of a foot sea level rise by the time your mortgage is paid off. The average person living today may live another 40 years, and there could be a foot of sea level rise by the end of their lifespan. A child born today who will live an average life of greater than 80 years will live to see the year 2100 and likely see sea level rises that could be close to 3 feet higher than they are today. And a child of a child born today will live well past the year 2100. So the point of this graph is to show that the year 2100 isn't really all that far away when you think about it in terms of life events and milestones that occur. Sure, many of us living today may not see the year 2100, but our kids and grandkids will be alive for this time period. So the NOAA Sea Level Rise Viewer is an interactive tool that provides a vertical slider for users to simulate water level rise resulting in inundations. Water levels are relative to the local mean high water points of data. And therefore, this is, in essence, localized for the Waikiki area. So, for example, if we look here at the website, you can go here to coast.noaa.gov/SLR, and you can get started. You can type in Waikiki, which I've already done, into the search bar, and click on it. That brings up the study area. And on the left here, we can look and see what a 3-foot sea level rise impact has in the study area. Now, you can see from here that a 3-foot sea level rise begins to have impacts along this area here, along these canals. But if you start to get into 4 feet, it really begins to have significant impacts in Waikiki. And if you get up to 5 feet and 6 feet, it really has severe impacts. So again, this sea level rise viewer is to help to understand what the impacts has based on a map. Now, based on the data that we have, in the year 2100, the impacts of sea level rise could be within this 3-foot to 5-foot window. And again, that could be a very large difference. But if we're looking at the worst case scenarios, it could certainly be up to the 4 to 5 foot range, which would have very significant impacts. So now what I would like for you to do is to please proceed with filling out survey number 1. Thank you very much.